Hi, this is Ashley Andreezy. I'm just making up one of my study sessions. So I'll be talking about the Calvin cycle. So I'll just flip this around. Got it all drawn out here. So the Calvin cycle is our second overall stage in photosynthesis. It's the light-independent reaction, meaning that does not need light to work. It actually will have 3 CO2 coming in. It will leave as the ingredients to cook up some glucose. So it does happen after the light-dependent reaction, which is why we have these ATP and NADPH that can go through. Those come from that light-dependent reaction, and it's happening inside the stroma of the chloroplast. So, get started here. We start the Calvin cycle actually with 3 RUBP that we've already produced from the last Calvin cycle. And as 3 CO2 come in, the enzyme that's been abbreviated as Rubisco helps tack those two together. So you end up with 3 of this molecule here. And that is actually our first step of 3 in the Calvin cycle. That is the carbon fixation, is with that Rubisco. But it's a pretty unstable molecule, so it'll actually break up into 2. It'll give us 2 phosphoglycerate for each one of these molecules, so we end up with 6 PGA, it's abbreviated as PGA, in total. And that brings us to our second stage in the Calvin cycle, which is the reduction of PGA. So we bring in ATP, 6 ATP, 1 for each PGA, drops off a phosphate, comes back out as ADP. 6 NADPH go in, drop off a hydrogen, come back out as NADP+. So 1 for each PGA, and that is our second step. So that leaves us with GA3P, or glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So that can be, it's either abbreviated as GA3P or just G3P. And this is a really good molecule for creating the carbohydrates that the plants need. And so this will go to glucose. It's half of the glucose that we need. But we need 5 of these G3P to create more RUBP. So that's why only 1 will leave the carbon cycle to go on to become glucose, and 5 will keep moving on. So the 5 that keep moving on, or 3 ATP, actually brings us to the next step in the Calvin cycle. It's the regeneration of RUBP. So 3 ATP go in, leave as ADP, they drop off their phosphates, and leave us with 3 RUBP that are ready for the next cycle, ready for the next CO2. So that's everything. Hope it was helpful, and yep, that's it.